To misquote Harold Macmillan, I have in my hand a piece of paper, but this piece of paper tells me what the grid is for these two sprint finals. And lining up in fourth place, though it's just sort of front row, sort of middle, is Pecco. Even Pecco, this must be better than you expected?
Yeah, for sure, for me.
Now, the important question we have to ask you, because it is you, is have you been in contact with your mother?
Yeah, some. Not that much, actually, because I have been so hurrying.
But she's watching, so you can say hello.
What kind of?
Excellent. This is what we do. There's a long story about us and Pecco. We've known you for years since I'll go with one more question. You've had great success in the European Championships this year. Which do you think was your best performance?
I don't know. Maybe 10 scale or 8 scale, for sure.
You only missed the large scale by what? by 4 corners?
Yeah, I did.
Cheers, thanks, Pecco. Let's look to Lee, hometown hero from Newbury, of course. It's important to point that out to everybody from Newbury in Berkshire, not Reading at all. Gone quite well.
Yeah, good. First one was okay, second one was great, and then the third one was pretty good too. So yeah, not bad.
You got a lower gate start, which is a good start, but still there's a random element, isn't there?
Yeah, it's always random with a gate start. This has been the best one by a mile.
You can say because you build it.
Yeah, but of both series, this one's worked the best. You know, you can have a good start and you can watch the car all the way down the straight, nice and wide, lots of grip everywhere. So it's always going to be random, and you could end up worse, but you could end up best.
That's a very positive way of doing it. The thing is, of course, it is so hard to overtake, isn't it? That's the issue. It's just once you get in that position, what are you going to do next?
I think it's just wait for people to make errors. You can kind of fake to throw it up the inside and panic them, and once you're on 2 wheels, then obviously not moving forward. So that's your chance, really. So that'll be the thing. Try and go inside, outside. I think we'll see some more general motorsport overtakes rather than RC ones. So
good stuff. Thanks, Lee. And our pole sitter. So I thought I'd better annoy him again. And more importantly, representing for the stick radio. Yes, proper British and Japanese stick radio. Well, pole position, of course, it's not quite as good as pole position tomorrow because you're off the gate, but still showing great pace.
Yeah, it's going good. No complaints, really. We've been pretty consistent, there or thereabouts. I'm glad to be starting at the front of the gate because on this track it's quite hard to pass with the high grip and that one line. But we'll see what happens. We're all kind of starting level between, 5 or 6 of us on the front row, so anything's going to happen.
Are you now confident with the track, or is it still biting you?
You got to be careful. You can't over push this track because it will bite you and bite hard. So yeah, you just got to take it a bit easy. Think about it a bit.
Great stuff. Thanks, Elliot. And that's our pole man, Elliot Booth. Thank you, indeed. So we've discussed the track in detail with the drivers. Well, I had a little bit of wander about to look at it myself and explain the schizophrenic properties of this amazing circuit at the Nemo Raceway. Hello and welcome to the track walk for round 3, event 5. Anyway, it's the RCGP here at Nemo Raceway. Now, normally I would start these by running down the main straight going, oh, it's a main straight. But no, because the Nemo Raceway is unique. It is a schizophrenic track. This side, an interesting sort of AstroTurf. We'll have a little bit of a look at it. This side, wow, the roughest, cratery, broken, busted, wooden, muddy surface. It's got there's a hole there that's bigger than my foot. There's some old concrete. Here there's a multi-surface bit with oil and dirt and shavings, and it's rough and ready and old school. And then, oh no, we're back onto the lovely little AstroTurf again. So a lot of the track is surfaced with this new all-weather compound. You come down and you get some of the dust on it. It's a kind of tight plastic pile to it. So what we're going to see is a lot of cars have been in practice, have been grip rolls, so we have to be very careful. You get so much lateral side grip. But as you can see, I'm sure Zach you got this kind of sea of black and red, and there's a lot of very flat sections, a lot of touring car sections. And the jumps that they are, if you look at the jumps, this is a tabletop over here, so they are constructed jumps of metal. You've not got, it's not mud, it's a metal jump. There's another big double there, which has got a choice of either high or low. You've got a kind of upturned fire grate there. So the jumps in this infield section, this section of AstroTurf, they are all man-made. But all the jumps here on the other old-fashioned marvellous section, they're real, they're mud, they're dirt, they're very, very rough. Now, what does this all mean? Basically, this track is a tremendous setup conundrum for the top drivers, because what you need to run on a lovely bit of Astro, or sort of Astro, is completely different from what you need to run on this this very rough and multi-surface element of the track. Who will be able to master that? Who will set up properly? Who will become the winner at the Nemo Raceway with this unique, strange, schizophrenic, weird combination of surfaces? Well, the only way you're going to find out is to watch all the qualifiers and all the finals, and then we'll see who is the master of the mixed surface. Well, understated as ever there, I think. I don't think I was. Very understated, not in any way dramatic whatsoever.
Not at all.
So we are just halfway through the warm-up, so I'll just run you the whole grid. We spoke about it briefly. It's, I say in pole, basically the first 6 are on the lower gate start. The next 6 on the upper gate start. You get a choice of the first person to choose VR. It's Elliott Boots with first choice, Davide Ongaro with second choice, Juan Carlos Canas with third choice, Pecco Evening in 4, Lee Martin in 5, Hampersberg in 6. And it's a big difference now because 7th onwards are on the upper level. Clement Boda, Dave Ronnefalk, don't forget, won one of the rounds, didn't he? Alex Anchetin, Tom Robin, I didn't actually know, he had problems that day, sorry. James Le Pavot and Brandon Rose. So Ronnefalk, once again, after the success of Rush yesterday, has decided to leave all of his gate start luck to one side.
We shall see. We shall see. Elliott Boots definitely looking the cream of the crop today. And doing quite well. Oh, no, and it looks like Brandon Rose has broken his car, unfortunately.
Where'd you see that?
I heard it, and then I saw Mark Rumble just come by and pick it up. I heard the snap of plastic.
Oh, no.
So Brandon Rose doesn't look like he will start this unless they hold it up for him. We'll see.
There's no hold-ups in these.
Oh, well, then he is out because he broke that rear arm, unless they can change that quickly. Unfortunate for Brandon.
He's not had a good day. Let's be really honest about this.
He has not had a good day. But he's happy just to be here.
And also, in the words of Gone with the Wind, tomorrow is another day.
That's true, and he has another 15-minute final.
I wasn't doing the accent because it's Brown. I'm doing the accent because it's a film set in the southern states of the United States. Scarlet, oh, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn about your setup. Yeah.
I've actually never seen that movie.
I haven't seen it all.
But you do remember that.
So, Ronnefalk on screen. Ronnefalk was that Hampers? That is Ronnefalk with the red numbers. And it's Ronnefalk out leading now. So let's say hello to David.
For the sprint final, my approach will be to get better starts than I've had in the past here on the first 2 rounds. So that's the goal for me.
Yeah, David said he's going to get more aggressive. He was upset guys were getting aggressive with him. Let's see if that theory will work out for the Viking.
So second out is the man who is 5th on the grid. It's Lee Martin from Newbury in England. Hello, Lee.
Sprint finals, I'm going to take it easy off the start, depending where I start, obviously, and then push towards the front and try and keep it on his wheels.
Lee's had some good starts so far today. He's looking to replicate that in the upcoming final with the new N1 prototype.
And next away is possibly one of the stars of the event so far. It's Pekko Ivonen from sunny Finland. Let's see how Pekko's going to handle these finals.
For the sprint final, I will be racing as hard as I can.
Pretty simple, Pekko. Nothing.
So no difference from before.
Pretty simple for the finish.
No concessions at all with the sprint final whatsoever. Next away is the 23 of Juan Carlos Canas. Aggressive driver, could work in the sprint finals. Let's find out what his tactics are.
For the sprint race, my plan is start without mistake and push to last lap.
JCC, a.k.a. Cream, is looking to rise to the top just like Cream will. La Crema.
I really think be careful with the nickname Cream. Honestly, I really do. It's not endorsed by me, everyone. Okay, next up is the first of our blue and white cars, and there are 4 of them. It is from France. It's Tom Robin from Scuderia Scampio. Tom, how are you going to have a go at these finals?
For my sprint final, my plan is to be push hard to be on the top spot for too much fun for my team associated Champion team.
Tom Robin and the Viking getting in it in one of the first qualifiers this morning, and the Viking not too happy at what happened, so maybe we'll see some fireworks from the Swede and the Frenchman.
Next out is the second JQSM cars. It's the green machine. It's Alex Zanchetin. Alex, known as Machete, is going to chop his way to the front in the sprint finals.
For the sprint race, my goal is to fight for the podium, for the top spot.
The El Machete.
Yes.
He's showing great pace.
Another incisive stating, I'm going to fight for the top spot. Excellent. Okay, next up is the first, I think, of our Scampi Rosso cars. It's number 31, our new boy, Clement Boda from France. What's Clement going to do on these two finals?
For the sprint final, I think I pushed my best and with no mistake, and I think it's my objective.
It's the young Frenchman representing Beach RC, looking really good for a 10-scale, mostly 10-scale racer. He's been adapting pretty well to the mixed surface here at Nemo.
And next up, it is Hampersburg. It's number 46. I think we skipped Brandon Rose. He isn't obviously able to make the start, as you said. So let's say, Hampers, how are you going to have a go at these two finals?
My approach in the sprint final is to try to get a good start and take it from there and see where I end up.
Hampus looking less and less nervous in front of the camera. Kind of late. Yeah, he had some pace earlier on, but he hasn't been able to get a good finish, unfortunately, for Hampus.
Next away is our pole man, Elliot Boots. It'll be really interesting to find out how Elliot's going to treat these sprint finals.
Sprint race, I'm going to be trying to maybe get a good hole shot. We've got a pretty long straight off the start gate, so try and get into the lead and control the race.
Boots has been extremely fast all weekend, but especially this morning. Let's see if he can get himself a win. I know he wants to do that.
Got the idea, had no idea what he was going to do in the final, actually. And next out, it's one of our new boys. It's James Le Pivot from Guernsey. How does a Channel Island attack a two-leg sprint final?
In the sprint races, my plan is obviously to win, and there could be a melee in the first corner, so try and get through that.
Good strategy. There definitely can be a melee in the corner. New word added to my vocabulary there. So thank you for that, Mr. Lepo.
So the final car is our world champion and our reigning RCGP champion. Sorry, I've got swallowing my vowels there. Which of course is Davide Ongaro. Go on, David. Tell us how the world champion has to go at a two-leg final.
So my plan for the sprint race is to have a clean start for sure, and then no make mistake on the track, and then fight on the track with the others.
Yeah, Davide showing some pace today. He had a little coming together with a driver yesterday. He wouldn't say who. We kind of haven't figured it out yet. But you can never count the world champion out and the Ongaro lock that he has, I would like to call it.
Ongaro won't tell you. You just have to tell him the name and they go, yeah, it's him, yeah. Yeah. Well, you should have just shouted 11 other names at him and eventually go, yeah, it's him, yeah. Yeah, it's him. Okay, so bad news for fans of Brandon Rose. As you can see there, he's about third one in on the pitch. He's waiting to see if his car might possibly be ready for the final. Mark Rumble took it away to work on it, but if it is a new arm, that is not the work of 3 minutes. You've been quite pleased to have had that introduction sequence. It takes a while.
Brandon is very active.
Here comes the car. Mark Rumble has the car.
Sweet.
Now he has to try and still goes running across to the left hand of the screen. That's Rumble with the car. Now the problem is he's probably not going to start it and get it back onto the gate. So it may be a start position in the at the end of the pit lane, but the others are being loaded up now. There's Ronald Falk on the back row with the red number 7 next to him. Tom Roban, the 27. Our nearest car, I think, is Zanchetin. It is in the green Mayarko. And they are the two layers, one gap missing.
And he made the start.
Not sure of the Rose machine. He's got the Rose machine on there. Yep. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic stuff. Well done, Mark. That's going to get
good
you...
hustle.
You need to get yourself... They're off and their way. And two cars crashed back. I think obviously Ronald Falk crashed. And they fly over, and it's Ongaro in the lead from Ivanen. And then it's Canas from Boots. So it goes over. So it's... Ongaro, Ivanen, Canas, Boots, and then there's an action at the back. It's a lot of crashing on the bridge. One car's got completely stuck, which may even be Brandon Rose. We probably wonder why he even bothered. He's actually got himself wedged. Yes, it was. Brandon Rose dead last wedge on the bridge, so he don't even bother getting the car fixed. Okay, back at the front. Don't forget, we've got 13 minutes and 2 laps and a fuel stop involved in that. And Ivanen now is a little bit of a blocker to Canas. He wants to get on and get after the... reigning world champion, of course, in David Ongaro, of course, we tried to defend that in a few weeks. I don't think that Boots is going to be very chuffed with his start. He's now stuck in traffic, and traffic, be it the fast traffic of Canas and Even, is still traffic, and he isn't going to be able to get through. And what has happened, with a bit of clear air, you can already see that Ongaro is making hay while the sun shines and begin to stretch out a lead as the others will slightly trip themselves up. Now, there's a big gap between third... Oh, a mistake by Even there. That's absolute manna from heaven. Oh, and you kind of felt that Boots was going to think about getting up the inside, didn't he? He didn't quite do it. So, as we complete the second lap, it's a 2.5-second lead for Ongaro from Canas, from Even, and from Boots.
Yeah, and Ongaro's just running away with this at the moment, but that can change at any minute with a slight mistake on this high grip surface that's been catching a lot of these drivers out all weekend long.
Just caught Boots out. Boots just made a bit of an error, I think, on the back of that one as well. So, it wasn't Boots, it was somebody else. Boots is Boots? No, he hasn't. They've got colourblind. They've bleached the colour out, and I looked over and I thought, oh, there's a white wheels in that car. They're not. They're the yellow wheels of one car's Canas. So even currently still in the podium positions, and despite Canas getting past him, he hasn't gapped him. However, the lead at the front now is 3.1 seconds. So Ongaro, his concept of getting in the lead and then seeing what happens, well, what he's currently seeing is he's winning.
Yeah, but Pecco is hounding JCC right now, and he's over him like, I don't have a phrase for this at the moment, but he's looking pretty fast.
Make one up.
You can see where Pecco is a little bit faster than Juan Carlos Canas in a lot of parts of this track. Canas seems to get through these corners a little bit faster than Pecco. But super impressive Pecco this weekend. Very impressed with him.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly laid down a marker. We already know he's one of the most versatile young men. He's been successful. He's not won anything, but he's got very close with a number of great performances in A-finals, in Europeans and EOS and everything else. But the wins will come. But he's kind of catapulted himself up straight up to the top level. And, he's not making up the numbers. He's in every single race we've seen so far. He's been right on the back of these drivers. Now, I wonder whether this will mean he'll get a permanent signing of the JQSM team. Don't forget, it's the first time he's ever driven the Morocco chassis this weekend.
Yes.
He was unassociated prior to that, but his team sponsor is a hobby shop, so he's not limited to any particular... Oh, we got retirement, and that is Brandon Rose. So Rose got into the race, and then some early problems. They probably decided it's just not worth carrying on going now. I mean, look and see what the problems are. So Rose is out. So Valiant's get the car in there, and now he's out. So the lead for Ongaro last time came down a few tenths. Boots is not making much up on Evenen, so this is actually the closest battle on the track, I think. It's the battle for second and third. Ronofak obviously is way down in seventh, though he is not far behind his teammate in sixth. But these two sweep round again. They go up onto the start of the low. You have to stay low there, because once you get up on the upper bank, it's rough as a unshaven tramp as far as its surface is concerned. So you did see that? It was all right, wasn't it? And... it's just, that's why they stay so very low. It's just quite interesting. Even the bits which look kind of bigger are pretty one line. The carpet sections are one line because it is a racing line, because they are sort of raced in that style. So this is why you get this issue of how you're going to overtake. Because there is just one line through all that, and ain't one line that will work. And if someone sits on the line, even they're going 20% slower, you won't get past them.
Looks like Canas has cut a tenth off the lead, cut his distance between him and Ongaro. He's looking to hunt him down. He's got 8 minutes and 25 seconds plus 2 laps to go. And
a fuel stop. And he has taken a second 1.3 seconds out. He even made a small mistake at the first part of the old-fashioned rough mud surfaces. Went too wide and crawled up onto this surface and then had to come back down again. That cost you 2 or 3 tenths. So it's being gapped now. But people will start thinking about fuel. They've been running for 5 minutes now. So don't forget, it's 13 minutes plus 2 laps. So it's about 14 minutes. You need 14 and a half minutes of fuel, basically.
And he's catching Ongaro a tenth at a time. Just on to 1.79, so he's getting there.
Yeah, and fastest lap does belong to Juan Carlos Canas with 36.1. So Canas now putting on the pressure. And let's be honest, this isn't the last time, or even the first time. This is the most recent time we've seen these two battling out. And it won't be the last, with the Worlds coming up. So Canas that time round lost some time, just to prove us wrong. It was the fastest lap we've seen so far from Ongaro, not the fastest lap. Evening was quicker than Canas as well. They both turned 36.4. Canas on picture turned 36.7. We are now 6 minutes in, so I don't know if I'll stop now, but from the next lap, we might see some stoppers. It's quite a big window. You've got 36 seconds a lap, so it's you've got a little bit less flexibility than some of the shorter tracks.
It'd be interesting to see what type of fuel mileage that Canas is getting, because he was getting very poor fuel mileage at the Euros recently on that high grip surface. So let's see what he can do this.
Yeah, it's a very good point, actually. But the only thing I would say about that is they've got about 14 degrees centigrade cooler.
Very cool.
And one of the advantages of when it runs cooler, you can effectively run the car a little bit leaner because you don't need the lubrication to keep it running. So you instantly get more fuel consumption, better fuel consumption as the temperature goes down. So now we're in a point where you would start thinking about stopping if you're going to divide it in two equal halves.
And Ronafalk has gotten across boots.
Ongaro has not stopped. No one stops. They've all carried on going, and it's not stopping now. So they are running. So this is about 7 minutes. So next lap would be the halfway lap. Ivan has dropped off. You're absolutely right. Ronafalk now is in 4th. Good spot, lefty, but he's 4 seconds back. Now, a good pit stop against a poor pit stop can make you back 2 or 3 seconds, even without an error. So we should see a minor shuffle. The lead has stayed pretty static about 2 seconds. One of the good things about the longer shots is, that's not 2 seconds. So for nothing, that's not 2 seconds. Unless it's a lapped car, that's not 2 seconds. But there's cars pulling for fuel left, right, and centre. But yeah, first, second, much closer together. As the cars come in, you get the idea of the frenetic action in the pit lane there. And down and away goes the green-wheeled machine of Pekko Ivonen. But now we've got this is the first and second are right together. And my guess is they're going to come in the pit lane together as well. So, not quite sure what happened to Ongaro. I think he must have had a half bobble, mustn't he? Because he lost a second, but didn't know more than that. And my expectation is that both these cars will come down. Oh, that's a half second gone there for Canas, just getting slightly wrong on the entrance of that corner. So that's not what he wants to see. And it's a very sharp entry, very sharp. There we go. Oh, look at this. This is fantastic. That is a pit stop close up and away for Ongaro. No gain in time at all for the S-Works team, but I know they lost any either. Let's have a look as they go round. The downside is that thrown straight into traffic was Ongaro, but I think he managed to sneak past both the 77. Yeah, so it was the 77 and the 27. So he's already passed the Pavot and the 77. Going past the 27 is top. Well, good drive by Tom about there. So when Canas came out, he had 3 blue and white cars in front of him. It was like a wall of blue and white. But he did lose time. That was a great pit stop there, and you saw it close up from the team associated team. Obviously, basically, mostly Ongaro's dad.
Yeah. The Beach RC and the Scuderia Scampi Rosso paint jobs are very similar. Very confusing when you can't see the colored wheels. But Canas is looking to make up some time here and catch up his rival, because this is exactly who Ongaro is, his rival. You remember back in Italy, these two came to a few disagreements about rough driving, and they are not friends at this moment. So it should be.
Can you ever be truly friends with your rivals is the question. Who knows? But I think there's a little bit of, as we know, there's a couple of races in Europe where there's a little bit of feeling they go too far, and Canas is the second of those and not the worst. The other is somebody I personally think is a great guy, but he's a little bit over the top. So Canas continues running in that second position, 2 seconds away. The action is... Can we drop back to the green car with the wing, with the aerial, please? Evening, because that's getting quite close, being 3rd and 4th now. As there we are, that's Ronafalk now trying to make up for a dreadful start and get onto the podium in his first run. Remember, you get points for both the first and the second heat with 3 minutes and 2 laps to go. But it's at Evening and Ronafalk, and so you get points for both the second and the first heat. But the first heat is trumped by the second. So, for example, if they finish 3rd and 4th, Evening 3rd and Ronafalk 4th, but next time round it's Ronafalk 3rd and Evening 4th, Ronafalk will get the position because he had the better score in the second heat. But however, that's rather not particularly important at the moment, because if you look at, oh dear, that was a tank slapper and a half for Ronafalk. Didn't even know where it began to go wrong, but carried on going wrong carried on going wrong. See, look, he gets he's got a wheelie, then he's got a slide, then he's got a jump, then he hops over. That basically, you know, when you're driving your car and you get a skid on it and you just manage to hold it, and your heart's going,
yeah.
Well, that's how he'd be inside the car. Oh, and even made a mistake. So even made a mistake. So Ronefalk moves into third. So Evening out of the podium. Not quite sure what happened. He came in too low. So he came in too low and then back and over the... Because you have to stay too tight. You get slightly wrong, go too low, up and out and over the rumble strip, as we call it, the hose pipe. Okay, so the interest now moves back to our leader. Where is young Mr. Ongaro? So Ongaro now is just turning. He's about to go onto the tabletop. There's Ongaro over the tabletop. And behind him, Kanash. You can see both of them in freight at the moment. That's first and second. Minute and 30 and 2 laps to go. Kanash has made some headway in the last couple of laps, but that some headway is about 0.3 of a second. And with a 1.8 second deficit, Davide, it really is just impossible to count Davide out at an RCGP round. I mean, you said yourself he was out of sorts yesterday.
He was, but if he gets a lead like this, it's very rare that he gives it up. You cannot let Davide get away. You cannot, or any of these guys, to be honest, but especially him. Cannot let him get away like this.
I'll tell you who's going to be disappointed in this race. That's Boots.
Yes,
he's down in 6th, and it's just not worked. He was in a class of his own in the final qualifier. Now, whether it's the same thing as last time, when the temperature comes up, something goes wrong with the car. But that's not worked. I mean, he was in 3rd, and it wasn't great, but he was a chance to run through, but dropped back to 6th. Now, Kanash is getting nearer and absolutely throwing it. Oh, he was getting nearer. Is that Ronefalk?
Yes, it is.
Wow, so Ronefalk really is back to 2nd and 3rd. So Ronefalk now is absolutely throwing it down. Look at that, Ronefalk all over him. Now we're down to 13 seconds.
No,
it wasn't Ronefalk. We got ourselves overexcited by a lap car. Luckily, our cameramen are more clever than what we are and knew that wasn't the case. So I'm going to give Ronefalk another corner, and we need to go back to Ongaro's on the main straight. Sorry about that, guys. We got overexcited by a lap car. So we'll pick up back to Ongaro again. Great stuff. And he's coming, turning right now, about to go over the big tabletop. And he's pulled out a lead, isn't he? So that Kanash, he looked a bit wild around, had to turn around twice around the top corner when he had 0.8 of a second deficit, now 2.3, so that's a 1.5 error last time round. But that's what happens when you're really, really pushing. That's when the mistakes really come. So we're on the penultimate lap now as Ongaro sweeps it round off the mud section, the clay area, onto the touring car area and on through the bricks. Powers it down the straight. Slides it, flies it. Anything you want to say, but it's looks so easy when he's on form. As Kanash makes another mistake behind him, just looks so easy. This is a very difficult track, and I think he's made one very minor bobble mistake in the entire 13 minutes of the pit stop when he lost about a second, and the rest of it, I've got no idea if he's actually going as fast as he needs to, as he can do, or just as fast as he needs to. And he's compensated for the problems that come. He's got a couple of corners to go. Easy peasy, David Ongaro. Fantastic result. Brilliant drive by Davide. Second is Juan Carlos Kanash. Ronefalk, if he gets third, because he's coming across now, is very, very lazy waving from Mao. I want much more in there. Is third, and then it's Lee Martin, Pekka Evening, and I will leave young Mr. Lefty to tell you the rest of the results.
Yeah, great win for Ongaro. He took the lead from the beginning and never looked back. We've seen him do that many times. He's found something here at the Nemo Raceway. Very impressive drive from the young Italian. Going to show on why he is the RCGP champion as well as the current world champion. Kanash tried to mount a charge but just couldn't get to him and made some mistakes. And Ronefalk having to battle his way all the way from the back for a third place finish. Lee Martin in fourth. Pekko Ivanen, who held third for a very long time, made a mistake under pressure from David Ronefalk and ends up in fifth. Alex Zankatine in sixth. Hampusberg in seventh. Clement Boda of Beach RC in eighth. Tom Robin in ninth. James Lepavot in 10th. Elliot Boots 11th. And Brandon Rose in 12th. Unfortunate for Brandon Rose, he wasn't able to start on time and broke his car. And just wasn't right after that. So Brandon Rose having a rough weekend this weekend, but hopefully he can put it all together and get it ready for the next main as well as tomorrow. So we're waiting for Nick to get ready and get some of these drivers. I can see him over there corralling the drivers to come in and get their interviews. He's sitting and waiting. We got Frank over there corralling the drivers to get interviews as well. That was the first of our roughly 15-minute final. We have the RC2 Junior Final coming up next. In approximately 5 minutes, we have the RC2 Junior Final, and that will be 15 minutes as well, 13 minutes plus 2 laps. And now we're going to go over to Nick to talk to the top three.
With our winner, David Angara. David, well, you got a clear start, and that was it, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the number 2 spot on the gate is maybe easy to go straight, yeah. But yeah, happy about the final.
I mean, I got the impression you weren't really pushing at any point. It seemed like you were really within yourself the whole time. The car looked lovely on the track.
I mean, yeah, I try to not push and try to not make mistake because it's easy to do mistake here. Like I said yesterday, it's not easy this track, especially with this high grip. But yeah, really happy and looking for the second one. For sure will be not easy because the other are so fast. But we cross fingers for the next one.
Thanks, David. And second place was Juan Carlos Canales. Juan Carlos, you seem to have all the speed, but too many little mistakes.
Yeah, then I have 2 mistakes there because I want to push to catch him. But I lose 1 second on the pit lane because I enter on the entry zone and the other guys cut the tube. So for the next one, the top will be, I don't know, chain for all the same.
So just when people come in, the pit lane entry was wrong, do you think, then?
I enter in the good and the others cut the orange tube. So save 1 second, the others. But the next one will be okay for all. They change the tube, I think.
Yes, they will, yeah. Now they've seen you do it. So do you think, will you make any changes or will the car be the same?
No, I think the car is good. Maybe for the next one it's a little bit cold. So will be easier for my car. Yeah.
Great stuff. Thank you, Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos going to change second in there. Our third place man, Dave Runnerfack, has disappeared. So we'll get him before the next leg. So that's it for the leg 1 of the RCGP round 5 final. Don't forget leg 2, the trumping leg. Oh, you got David, have you? Oh, hang on, hold on, we've got David. I'm just winding up there. Here he comes. Even jogging, he's desperate to talk to me. He's desperate to talk. Well, David, terrible start, great recovery.
Yeah, I don't know if he's making it on purpose, but it was Tom again just turning right into the side of me on the start and dead last. It's really frustrating. Like, feels like he's making it on purpose because it's like every heat it seems like that I'm close to him. He's doing.
Are you too close on the gate as well, though?
Yeah, he was next to me on the gate, and like right off the gate, he just turns right into me. So I don't know if his car went sideways, but I mean, it's like is every run so far today that I've been in contact with him. So I think I don't know if it's there, but it feels like he's making it on purpose.
Okay, we'll catch up with Tom for the next one. Thank you indeed, David. Well done on the third place. And so, just to run up, that's the end of the first heat. The next leg's quite soon. This is they're young, so it's the junior final, and we'll see you all in a very short amount of time.
And welcome back as we're getting ready for the RC2 Junior Final. And as we can see, the fireworks continues between Tom Robin and the Viking David Ronnefolk. He's not happy with the starts that he's getting. So we have some rivalry brewing there between the Swede and the Frenchman. And Tom Robin obviously being the teammate of probably the biggest challenge for David Ronnefalk here being Davide Angaro and the Scuderia Scampiri Rosso, a team associated team. So let's see how this goes. He says he's kind of pulling into him off the start. I did see that happening yesterday as well on the cars on the lower part of the gate. I don't know if it's the traction from the surface that's making it do that, but I did see that happen a few times. But Ronnefalk not happy with what's going on at the start, but good comeback for him and a great win for Angaro as we see the proud dads on there. We got Mark Rumble and the Nemo crew out there working feverishly to do some track repairs. I can't say enough good things about John Hazelwood and his crew here. They've treated us really good since we've got here. They've been busy. I haven't seen him sit down since I got here. This man has been working, and he takes a lot of pride in what he's doing here up in Bishop's Itching, UK. So getting these guys ready. This is a 13-minute race plus 2 laps, so they get 3-minute warm-up. Thomas Musso is a junior. He was a junior in Italy, so I need to find out how old Musso is, to be honest. But he'll be racing this. He gets a 15-minute final, gets some practice. Kevin Brunson will be in the 40-plus final coming up later on, directly after this, and it will be in 20 minutes' time, roughly. So this should be an exciting race. I think Musso will win this. But let's look what the youngsters like Cook, Graham, Likey, and Sartell can do. This is really good to see. We have 2 brothers in her. It looks like they like it. Holger and Eric. Oh, that was a full send. I was watching one of these young drivers fully sending it over the ski jump. He needs not to send it and needs to get this race. This is just warm up. No need to send it. I know these young drivers are a little bit nervous up there racing in front of the cameras, but this is their time to shine because the youth are the future. We need to promote the youth. So we have Thomas Musso from representing Monaco, Maxim Hook from the UK, Josh Graham, Eric Likey, Tom Sertel from France, Ruben Shakespeare, Billy Grindley, Jason Ferguson, Holger Likey, Tommy Dale, Ben Kennett, and Ben Johnson running off your 12-person final for the junior race here at RCGP on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here in the Bishop Islington. We're right here in the middle of a farm. You can see out the back there rolling hills. I know England isn't really known for its rolling hills, but there they are out the back. Lots of farmland around here. Beautiful area of England, actually. Really enjoying my time up here. It's really good to be back in England. And as these drivers go out for their warm-up, they have 1 minute and 42 seconds. They will be starting off the gate as well. Thomas Musso making the trip from France. The winner in Italy. He's looking to take the RC2 championship. And he just might if he can pull it off here. But Kevin Brunson, I don't think he can win it, but he's looking to upset him and take home the win for the RC2 tomorrow and do it for the Queen. So let's see what can happen. In case you didn't know, RCGP changed their rules and made it eligible for any racer to attend this race because there's many complaints, a lot of politics about this being too close to a warm-up. And so they made the change, and even the racers that made the most noise didn't show up for the race. So it's unfortunate. I was hoping to see a lot of the top UK talent, these fast guys that I've been watching, to come up here and make the trip to Nemo Raceway and race, but they chose not to. I don't understand why somebody would choose to get less practice and then complain about not getting practice later, but we shall see. So good stuff to everybody. Let me plug in this computer, Nick's computer, so it doesn't turn off again. So as the mechanics get them lined up, let's see how our chat's going, if we have anybody in here. What's up, Matt Dixon? How you doing? So I believe, Toby, I just so I know this, they are running the Seismic Magma Blues and they're actually trimming about a centimeter off the edge and then gluing the edges on the front, gluing the edges and gluing the top of the tire that they have dremelled. Big shout out to Matt Dixon tuning in from Canada. And yes, Toby, Pekka's car has been looking good all week. Jakey is very, very pleased about that. He's been talking about it to me every time I see him and let me know how good it looks. So he's very happy about that. Like a proud father looking at his young Padawan. Or in this case, the Sith Lord that is JQ, looking at his new proud Darth apprentice that is Pekka. We're getting to start. We're going. And they're off. And oh, what a bad accident there at the corner. And it looks like, let's see who it is in the lead when they come across, but this is close. It looks like Maxim Cook is out to an early lead here, with Thomas Musso right behind him, both driving HB cars here, by the way. And Maxim was the winner of this entry through the NNRC podcast. Thank you to Adam Reevy. He actually won that, and he wasn't able to make this, so he asked that Maxim could have it, and him and his father made it up here. He was struggling at the beginning, but Maxim has found some speed as he leads off, and he's in first with Thomas Musso hot on his heels, followed by Billy Grinley, Josh Graham, Jason Ferguson, and Ben Kennett. Maxim probably nervous out there leading. Thomas Musso has been fast all weekend, but the young Maxim is looking really sharp out there for now. But Thomas Musso has the experience. The Frenchman representing Monaco, looking to win his second junior RCGP junior final here. Stalking young Maxim. As you can see, Maxim on the throttle. He's looking very good, the young man from the UK here. Nice young man, him and his dad here. Happy to be here. They were happy to get the entry fee to get her, so he's making the best of it. It'd be good if he wins this. I like to see the young lad win this as well. With 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go, hopefully he can keep it on all fours and make it a race between him and Musso. Billy Grindley is behind, 4 seconds behind them, but Thomas Musso is cutting the lead on his 0.6 seconds left, and he's catching young Maxim up really fast here, but he must be nervous, the young man from the UK, to have a talent like the Frenchman Thomas Musso right on him, hot on his heels. And but Maxim's handling with calm, driving very smart, driving with the pace of a much older, mature driver in the lead. So it's very good to see the young man out there putting up a fight against the slightly older and faster Thomas Musso. More experienced, I would say. And these guys' cars look exactly the same out there, except Maxim's cars have got a little bit more jacking going on there. A little more, as you can see, as the back wheel, one of the rear wheels lift up as they go around this tight and high traction surface. But he's still holding him off. But Thomas Musso maintains a 0.6 lead, and he's stalking him, and he's probably just waiting for the young teammate of his, because he is an HP driver, to make a mistake and putting the pressure on like a pressure cooker, tenderizing 10-week-old steak. And he gets by him, or does Maxim let him by? Maxim goes wide and lets Musso come through. Oh no, sorry, that was lap traffic. I wasn't paying attention. So Maxim Cook is still in the lead, and they are battling out here. Maxim driving a great first half of this race. He's got 9 minutes and 28 seconds plus 2 laps to go. He's holding off Musso. He'd be happy about this. Great practice for these young guys coming up tomorrow. I believe both of them are in the semifinals, and there Musso gets him with a mistake. Young Maxim just went a little wide there and left the door open, and Musso shot it, and some lap traffic gets in the way for those guys, but they get past it, and a marshal is clear, and Musso makes a rear mistake, and he's off. But young Maxim is right behind him. He's not going to make it easy for the man from France who's representing Monaco. In second, looks like Josh Graham has moved up, but he's 11 seconds behind these guys. The race right here is for first and second between these two. Make no mistake, These guys are flying. Looks like they have some lap traffic. He lets by. Great racing by that driver. Let the faster driver, so they are racing for position. But it looks like Musso is starting to put off a slight lead. Oh, and Maxim makes a mistake. Oh, poor Maxim. He will maintain his second position, but he's now 4.5 seconds behind Musso. That will give Musso the cushion he needs to be victorious. 8 minutes done. 8 minutes left, and 3 and 2 laps to go. Can Maxim make up some time and some pits to catch the young Frenchman? He's looking quite good, but he's made some mistakes, and that's just, being a young racer, you're going to make those mistakes when you're trying to push. And Musso, being the more experienced racer, racing for a much longer time, knows when to push, knows when to not. But now he's just looks like he's going to run away with this. But we shall see. We have 7 minutes, 40 seconds, plus 3 laps to go. So let's see how things work out for young Maxim. Maybe we can drop back to car number 4. There looks to be a good battle going on between the young driver Likey and the young cousin of Jerome Sartell, Tom Sartell, driving a Mugen. It looks like, let's see when scoring comes around. Josh Graham in third. Following Josh Graham, let's drop back to, this 2 right here, I believe. Let's watch this. If I'm correct, this looks like it's Likey and Sartell. Maybe it might be Sartell in front. I can't see his number. Let's see. No, that's James Dale. Let's drop back to car number 4 and 5, please. I'll find car number 5. All right, can we drop back? The car number 4 and 5 are just coming through the chicane area. They're going up. They're going to come on the concrete section to the dirt section here by you, Ash, sorry. Oh, so they're coming for fuel. Let's follow them into the pits. You already see the Likey family. That's a family that races together, enjoys life together, and they're out. This is the battle right here for 4th and 5th between the young man. We believe he has Swedish origins, but lives here in the UK. Likey, he's here racing with his father, his brother, and his mom, and the younger cousin of Jerome Sartell, Tom Sartell, who made the trip over of Musso. He's 0.8 seconds behind. Let's see if when they come out of this pit. See how far they're separated. Yeah, it looks like he has pulled out a big lead over Tom Sartell. Yeah. Let's Sartell's dropping. Something's happened to him. Let's move up to the second place car of car number 2, please. Ash, looks like he's having a decent battle with the car number 3. So let's see if I can find him for you. There's Maxim right there. So let's drop back to these 2 cars coming around on the concrete over by me. Ash, coming up over the tabletop, please. There we go, the orange and red car, number 2. And then just drop back so you can catch that blue and pink car with the clear wing just behind him. That's for a position right there. Yes, no, not that one. The one ahead. There we go. So that's That's Josh Graham chasing down Maxim Cook. These two young drivers are battling out for second and third. He is now 2.2 seconds behind, but he has 3 minutes, 30 seconds plus 2 laps to go to catch up to the young Maxim. He showed some great pace. I was talking to his dad earlier yesterday, and he's like, Maxim's not used to this type of surface, but nobody was used to this type of surface until we drove on it. So did Maxim just give up that position? The young Josh Graham out there driving an X-Ray. It's looking really good out there. Running the iconic, now iconic, I think the only people running the Lexan wing are the X-Ray drivers. And Cook has opened up his lead to 3.9 seconds over the young gentleman running the X-Ray car. He's going to try and push and catch up to the young Maxim here, but he needs to make up some time, and he's almost 4 seconds behind now. And Musso is just running away with this. He's got a 10.6 second lead over young Maxim. Musso was the class of the field in Italy. You know, he's probably a little bit faster, a lot faster than these guys here. But every little bit is practice for him. He's looking to win that European Championship and win both rounds of RC2 Europe. Now Maxim Cook has dropped that gap between him and Musso. Let's watch car number 1 while we can. Sorry. Yep, car number 1. I'll find him for you. He's going to go on the straightaway pretty soon. There is going up around the bricks now, Ash. Car number 1 of Musso. That's him. Musso's just ripping through the field, slicing through lap traffic like a hot knife through butter. Looking quite impressive out there. The real challenge for Musso will be Kevin Brunson in the RC2 class tomorrow. Kevin has outmanned him and outlapped him and just, slightly, took the lead from Musso in the qualifying early on today. But Musso is right there, so we expect a great race between the veteran Brunson for Nemo Agama and the young man from Monaco, that is Thomas Musso. Very nice young man. Him and his girlfriend made the trip over. I got to meet him in Italy. Very nice. I'm glad he made it over to England. He says he's getting ready for the Worlds as well, so it'd be good to see him there. In another 4 weeks, the most important World Championships we've had in a long time, I would say. We're looking forward to that very much, but we have this RCGP race right in front of us, and with 32 seconds, 2 laps left, it looks like Thomas Musso is going to walk away with this, but anything can happen. It's not over until it's over, but it's probably over right now. But valiant effort by the young Maxim for hurling off Musso for such great time. In the beginning of the lap, his heart must have been pounding a billion beats a minute, being so nervous up there in the lead of this junior final and RCGP. We'll definitely go over and congratulate him for some good driving. And we're done here. It's good to see these young drivers doing well here. RCGP gives them a stage to perform on a level and be seen around the world and put on their showcase of their skills and talents, because the youth are the future. Thomas Musso makes a slight mistake there. It's kind of board slides that pipe like a skateboarder. 50-50 grind almost, and is able to pull it off. The one thing about these pipes is it's a bit different from what you see in America. These pipes are a lot smaller, and the people actually get tripped up by them. A lot of the pipes you see in America, especially the corrugated pipes that they use, similar to this, but a much wider dimension. But this pipe is very slippery, and it can send you, if it catches you the wrong way, it can definitely send you flying. And Thomas Musso on his last lap for a comfortable lead, 15-second lead over young Maxim Cook. But valiant effort by the young man in the beginning of the race. As Musso comes up on some lap traffic, and my favorite car here that was off, the bright orange Agama. Ooh, lap traffic almost cost Musso the race. And there we go. Thomas Musso wins the RCGP Junior Final UK. That's his second Junior Final that he's won. Can he make it 2 RC2 final wins tomorrow in the 45-minute final? Or will Kevin Brunson... Well, they have to race in there first, sorry. They have a semi-final that they all have to race in there, but I think he's pretty experienced enough to make it through the 30-minute semi-final or 20-minute semi-final that we have tomorrow and bump his way up to the full final. Great job, Thomas Musso. Great job to Maxim Cook, Josh Graham, and Eric Leike. I expect to see some great racing from these young racers tomorrow in RC2 as well. Remember that the youth are the future.
I believe the children are our future.
I do remember that.
Da-da-da, and make them something else. Give them a cent. I'll read our copyright now, but we'll get a copyright strike, such as the quality of my singing.
Thomas Musso.
All right. Laugh. But it's true, though, in fairness.
Thomas Musso, Maxim Cook, Josh Graham, Eric Leike, Billy Grundy, Ruben Shakespeare, Tommy Dale, Holger Leike, Jason Ferguson, Ben Johnson, Ben Kennett, and Tom Sartell. Tom Sartell falling out early, unfortunate. He had some incredible pace. Nick's going to get back to singing as we see.
No, you put me off. The way you laugh, I found it cruel. Cruel and just unnatural. Unnatural cruelty. I just don't know what to say. So sad. What's this thing here? Oh, I see.
Musso out there talking to the Hazelwood as we see Lee Martin's out there fixing a hole.
Fixing a hole when the rain came in and the anyway. So the main senior plus 40 final, we have the runners and riders for that. It is Kevin Brunsden, Chris Lovell,
Rob Cockcroft,
Anthony Williams, Michael Shawley, Andrew Rennick, Neil Don't, Barclay Abernathy, Leo Morrell, long way down, Chris Willits, Johnny Stroud, and Darren Moon. So there's 12 senior members of this parish.
Kevin Brunson looking the fastest in RC2 all day, and yesterday as well.
Yeah, I get the impression that this could be a relatively likely victory. But many a slip, as they say. Twixt cup and lip is actually how it goes. Many a slip, twixt cup and lip.
Twist, cup, and lip.
Cup and lip. Twixt is an old English word for between.
Oh.
Between the cup and the lip. So it means you spill your tea sometimes, even they don't mean to.
Well, that's for sure.
I don't know whether this changes a linguistic educational lesson, but I'm going to keep on going. I think I feel different being in my own country. I feel, oh, yes, darling, I can talk about all sorts of things, like afternoon tea or afternoon breakfast. Oh, right.
I haven't had any tea since I've been here.
Well, you failed miserably.
Used to my 4 o'clock tea.
What, no,
Orange Crush and
you
biscuits.
mean tea?
I remember when I was doing firefighter training in Teesside, no matter what we was doing at 4 o'clock, we'd stop for tea. No matter what training we was doing. It was mandatory. These senior drivers are out there, or 40-plus drivers out there for their warm-up laps. Kevin Brunson, Chris Lovell, Rob Cockcroft, Anthony Williams, Michael Shorey, Andrew Rennick of Model 2, Neil Daunt, Barclay Aberneth, Leon Morrell, Chris Willits, Johnny Stroud, and the vintage rally car driver, Darren Moon. Real quick, take some time to shout out to our awesome sponsors and manufacturers that support the RCGP. They are Nemo Racing, Team Associated Scuderia Scampi Rosso, S-Works, Mayako, JQSM, Invisible Speed, Beach RC, Circus RC, Everlaps, Mal Graphics, RC Racing TV, Control, and myself, the NNRC. I'm not a sponsor, but...
Hey, you're not? Give me some money. Give me money now.
Give you money now. I'm giving my time.
No, fair enough.
Glad to be here in the UK. One minute left in the warm-up. They'll come into the pits. The mechanics will take them over to the starting gate. So Ronald Fox a little upset at Tom Robin, they tell me.
Yep, he's got the ump with him.
But to be fair, I was watching cars yesterday as they came off that lower start, and I believe Robin was the one I was watching the most. Every time he would hook to the right somewhat. So I don't know if it's happening on purpose or if it's just the way he's driving. I have no idea. So I understand what David's talking about, but I don't know if it's on purpose. But because we like the action, let's just say it's on purpose. 3-minute warm-ups up. Mechanics are collecting the cars in pit lane. They'll make their way over to the starting gate system. Cleverly built by John Hazelwood's brother-in-law to be operated by one person. The best starting gate I think we've had in RCGP. Maybe this structure or feature can be handed over and we can see something similar in the USA round coming up, where you just need one person to let it down and simultaneously. Of course, we have Justin Wowdy of Wowdy Events up there controlling the race up there on the rostrum. And somebody, we have a runaway. Uh-oh.
Sounds nice.
No, we got Scott's dad over there. We got a group of people. We have a runaway. And that is the car of, I don't know. Let's see. Luckily, it was a runaway in the hands of somebody, and it wasn't running around down the straightaway. It's car number 6. So that is Andrew Rennick. He'll be upset about that. Making a trip over from Ireland to have a runaway in his 40-plus final.
And we're away. And straight into the lead goes car 4. There's all sorts of cars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I think car 4 is doing well, but actually, interestingly, someone's just lobbed a car right over the track at 4 other cars. Fantastic carnage. But into the lead has got stayed car 4, then 3, then 10, then 7. Someone's upside down, maybe 4. So, wow, that was going on. There was one point where 6 cars were upside down.
And the big winner of that all looks to be Rob Cockcroft. He comes out, in the lead.
Really?
Yes.
Lemon heck. So Cockcroft in the 3 takes the lead.
Will he be able to hold on to it? I know Rob's heart's beating like a cheetah's pace chasing down its prey.
See, there, excellent, well done.
You like that one?
It wasn't. I like it was started well. It just eased off a little bit.
Right, but you made me nervous.
He's not chasing you, but it was good. I mean, I like that. I reckon they do beat very fast. That's good. I'm going to give that a 6.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll get better.
No, it was good, but he just kind of died at the end when he lost confidence.
Rob is out there. He's looking good. He's got a 4.1 second lead over Daunt. Let's see if Daunt can chase him down.
Drop back to second and third, Ash, because I think that's probably going to end up being Kevin Brunson. It may even be Brunson second by now.
Yep.
So that's the second place man. Let's go with him, because that's going to be Kevin. And it's how many laps will it take Kevin to get past Rob?
I don't know. I'll give it 2. 1.5.
I think 3.
Really?
Yeah, I'm confident in Robert. 3 big laps.
Oh, he's looking pretty solid out there, though. Rob will be all chuffed. He'll be happy with a second. But, as you can see, Brunson is slowly stalking him down. And applying pressure. And looking for the pass. Let's see where it comes. Because it's about to happen. But Rob doing some great defensive driving by Rob there. keeping his cool, holding his line, shutting the door. He pulled away a little bit just now from Kevin, but Kevin's really fast through this section right here and up on the bricks. And Rob is keeping it fair for now, Rob. Good job, Rob. Immense pressure of Brunson behind him. Let's see, we have the Mayako versus the Agama. Brunson makes a mistake over the tabletop. The thing about Rob, and just as I say that, Rob makes his fatal mistake, and it is a fatality for Rob, and he will drop down to second, hopefully, and that's it. And Brunson makes a mistake as well. And Rob's right behind him, so we have a race still, people. Rob just needs to calm down now. Slow down. Let's see what happens. And it's Brunson, Cockcroft, Lovell moving up to third. Lovell's been getting faster each round. He'll be well chuffed. The e-buggy man, the owner of Brookthorpe, runs Brookthorpe RC Raceway.
Oh, that's not good.
And there goes Lovell. He's going to pass him now.
Ow, ow, ow. Oh, you can tell the young man, he just brushed that one off like it hadn't even happened. I've not been hit by and he's gone past. I haven't been hit by a 3.5 kilogram car. I've just, so Lovell now, Chris Lovell goes into second. He's a long way behind Brunson, isn't he?
Yeah, Brunson's kind of just walking. He's out there for a walk in the park.
Last time round, he was 9 seconds faster than Cockcroft.
Yeah. And Lovell has a great save as he make. Believe it or not, we have seen immense and spectacular crashes on that straightaway since yesterday, and he almost rips up and catches Chris, but he saves it. But that allows Rob to just close the gap. Let's see if Rob can go through this chicane area and keep the pressure on his good friend Chris Lovell. Lots of banter going on in the pits between those two. Good driving for Rob. If he keeps it calm, he can chase down Chris. But Brunson right now could probably take a drive and go to the pub, have a drink, and come back and still win this.
He is 10 seconds ahead after 5 minutes.
To be fair, Brunson and Musa have been the two fastest.
Yes, that's true. That is very, very true.
Rob Cocker trying to catch up to his good friend Chris Lovell as they zigzag through the very much touring car section. We haven't really come up with any names. I really want to call this concrete section right here Scott's Pipe.
Who's Scott?
Scott Walker. Because he has actually, before Nemo took over this track, he actually had started cleaning it up, and he has a pipe there, like a drainage pipe, that he put in there when he first started about 3 years ago.
Right.
And it's just there.
A drainage pipe?
Yes. But it's now an obstacle.
Where is that?
It's right here, right where those cars are going right there. You can see it on the, I'll show you.
Well, on that one there?
Yes.
Oh, right. I was thinking the wrong one. Sorry.
So it looks like that Rob's not letting Chris get away, so they're going to fight it out. Good job, Rob. Chris is out there pushing the pace while Rob's steadily behind him. Oh, and he makes a mistake.
I just want to make sure it's still working. Whee! Oh, yeah.
We've seen a lot of drivers do that today. They just kind of far away. It doesn't look so far from the driver's stand, but it's kind of hard to judge out there, and you just get on that pipe, and sometimes you can ride it. Right there, Scott's Pipe.
It's actually lying on the ground.
Yeah, you can see it sticking out right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a drainage pipe anymore.
What was it? It was a drainage pipe?
Yes.
And now it's just an obstacle?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
See? Multiple obstacles.
That's amazing. I didn't realise at all that you had such intimate knowledge of the banking round here.
Well, he pointed it out to me yesterday.
You got any other good names?
No, not yet. Scott's Pipe.
Oh, I'm having that, by the way.
There we go. The brick section. The transition for the brick section is what really gets people.
Yeah, it's a hop. I think they're going to just go smooth onto it. It's a hop that gets them.
Oh, and Rob makes another mistake, and it looks, let's see.
All looking fine, and we've seen that about 50 times, just coming, because they want to stay so tight to that left-hander. They just go too tight, And the net effect is that they end up just crossing the edge of the pipe, and that turns the little car over.
Well, looks like Leon Morales made a climb up into fourth, but he's 27 seconds behind Cockcroft.
Yes, he's very much best of the rest.
5 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Brunson's out there for a Sunday drive, driving Miss Daisy.
They should do some fueling soon, shouldn't they?
There we go.
There we are.
Opted in.
See, look. I said they should do some fueling soon. What do they do? Fueling. Up, gun, bang, down. Very calm. There we are. Car 3, Robert Cockcroft gets himself a lovely new slug of nitro fuel. Just 16%, of course. No more allowed in the EU anymore. Well, apart
Is it
from the world.
16% her?
Yeah. Apart from the world where it'd be 25. It's illegal to anything else. Actually, it's the UK, I don't know, but I think we've had the same rules. So 16%, and it will be 25, and they have to be. I think we've seen that the world's got like a dispensation. So you have to sign it all in and sign it all out, this 25%.
Really?
Wasn't that long ago? You could buy 40 over the counter, so, you know.
And it's such a silly rule, why it was made.
Because nitromethane is a banned substance, but, yeah, whatever. Not banned substance, a controlled substance. Doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of things that don't make any sense.
I think we should drop back and we watch Rob for a bit. Let's watch the all-white car of Chris Lovell. He's in second. He's coming up just went over the fire drain. He's coming through the chicane action.
It's not a fire drain. It's a fire screen.
Fire grate.
Yeah, fire grate. Anyway, where is he? You got the all-white car, do you? The all-white car coming towards you now, Ash. See? Look at that.
Oh.
I'm just... Oh,
Curse
dear.
of the camera.
Let's see what happened. Let's go again. Gone replay crazy now, haven't I?
All the mistakes are the same. Getting up on that pipe and just grinding it out.
The only thing I'll say is that was actually the perfect 5 second. It's the first time I've done it. I got the 5 second section perfectly.
Yes, Nick
Normally I've got it wrong, too early or too late every single time so far. That one I thought was a perfectly framed piece of. Oh, upside down, couldn't see it. And so Kevin Brunson now leading by half a minute. He is going to lap the entire field.
Like I said, he could go to the pub and have a drink and come back. But
it's a bit rude, but you could do.
And that's rude. It's just he is, him and Musso are just a bit, heads and shoulders. So no offense to these guys, but
no, I'm not taking any offense on their behalf.
Chris Lovell will be happy with a second if he can bring it off. I know he was telling me when I was pitting him yesterday, he's like, I do nitro. I was helping him tune his engine, tune his brakes a little bit. And he's an e-buggy guy, predominantly. He also is he loves to run multiple chassis. So he has multiple chassis at all times of different cars. He loves to try different cars. So he has an X-Ray today. Tomorrow it might be an HB. The next day it might be another car.
Sounds like a man who has an expensive desire.
RC isn't cheap.
They're £700 a throw, aren't they, cars these days?
More than that.
And you had to build them yourselves.
1 minute, 58 seconds plus 2 laps left in this. We might as well follow Brunson to the end. He is in the lead by 36 seconds. Oh, good Dukes of Hazzard action there.
Just a couple of boys. Never meaning no harm. Fighting the system like a new Monty Robin Hood. I say, Cletus.
Rob looking pretty steady out there. He has no real threat. Rob is now 9 seconds behind. So he could just put it into cruise control and come home in second. Is that Brunson? No. Is that Brunson? No, that wouldn't be Brunson.
No, it's Ted, not 1.
Yeah. Let's find car number 1 and watch him for the last few laps if we can. I'll find him for you. I believe he's... Yep. I believe he's coming up by you now, Ash. Car number 1, White Wing. It's our leader. Kevin Brunson, having a good time here. I was talking to him earlier. Oh, and the commentator cursed, but it doesn't matter when you have a 33-second lead. Brunson's been looking comfortable out there since he got here. that experience, many years of racing 8 scale, probably raced on every surface you can imagine. You can see just the way he's driving is very smooth, very calculated, smooth arcing corners, nothing too jerky. Exactly how you have to drive this type of surface. You cannot be overly aggressive because it will bite you in the behind.
Well, I don't want that to happen. That sounds painful. 2 laps to go. Let's see if we can find our leader. Car number 1, Kevin Bransdon. Where is he? Do you know?
Yeah, we're following him now.
Are we?
Yep.
When did that happen?
About a minute ago.
Oh, I was
2 to go.
That'll teach me when to look down. I think I need a damn slap on my wrist for that.
Schmack.
Everyone's going, why are you already on him, you fool? So about to start his last lap of what has been a pretty impressive... Oh, that's the man he's got to lap, isn't it? That's the whole field lapped. There we go. And Brunsden completes it on the penultimate lap. Gets a lap ahead of everybody. And we'll be taking home the big plus 40 prize. Not sure what the big plus 40 prize is, but he'll be taking home whatever it is.
I think Chris Lover and Rob will be happy if they can finish second and third. They'll be well chuffed with that.
Well chuffed, mate.
Brunson getting a little squirrely. This is his last lap. Mal, the flag man. It must be hot because something's up because Mao has less cigar smoking from Mao.
Less wavy as well.
I mean, in Italy, we did not see a time that he did not have a cigar in his mouth. But, congratulations to Kevin Brunson, bringing home the win for Nemo Agama. Impressive, lapping the entire field. Chris Lovell coming in second. He'd be happy with that. Rob Cockruff coming in third. Leon Morel coming out of retirement to finish fourth. Blakeney Aberneth making the trip from Ireland will finish fifth. Neil Daunt will finish sixth. Johnny Stroud in seventh. Darren Moon in eighth. Anthony Williams in ninth. Chris Willits in that seat. And looks like, unfortunately, Andrew Rennick, Chris Willits, and Michael Shorey will not finish as we get ready for the last race of the day.